So welcome back to PND, with
Paulina
and Darylyn
and Victor.
Yeah. What are you, a Japanese schoolgirl, bro? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Like, Jesus.
Yeah,
When I went to Japan, it was every single time there was a photo.
Oh my gosh.
It was that.
I have to go to Japan.
Oh, you'll love it. It's
So
a good
jealous.
time.
I would love to go skiing in Japan and then do like skiing and then also obviously visit different cities. And
That's an
didn't know
see the
interesting
culture.
bucket list
Japan.
there. That's an interesting bucket list for Japan.
So
It's cool, though.
the Epic Pass, the ski Epic Pass that's that you purchase for like America, mostly American ski resorts. There is a few resorts in Europe and then Japan. So I'm like, oh my God, I literally can go and ski for free. I would just have to
Get there.
get the flight and all the arrangements. But yeah, that's one of the bucket
Do you
lists
prefer
for me.
skiing or snowboarding?
I'm great at skiing just because everything I've ever done since I was little was two separate legs, right? Rollerblading, ice skating. I never skateboarded. I never surfed. So I'm not used to having 2 feet on one board. That doesn't mean that I can't get down the mountain on the snowboard. It's just my patience levels are very low. So for me to now like learn the snowboard and like master it, I don't know if I would have energy for that, you know? So there, like if I go out east here to Vermont or like, you know, New York, local ski resorts, I will bring both. I'll bring skis and snowboard. So I'll ski first day, then I'll snowboard maybe half of the second day, and then I'll put the skis back on just to like practice because I have both sets. I have everything for snowboard and everything for ski.
Now,
So
do you have enough endurance in your legs to
Oh,
just
yeah.
go like one day, the second day?
Yeah.
Because I usually, like for me, like I go snowboarding and then I'm just like, okay, I'm done for this for today. Like,
well,
my
if you
ass
do it
hurts.
enough, yeah, well, yeah, because
Yeah,
that's the
that's
thing
what
with
I'm saying.
snowboard. Like you keep on falling on your butt most. Like if you don't know what you're doing, you keep
Yeah.
on falling on your ass. It sucks. I mean, I have a cushion, so I'm good. But no, I mean, depends on the slopes. Like New York slopes and Vermont slopes can be very icy, so you do get tired quickly because you have to brake constantly so you don't die from the speed that you pick up with the ice underneath you. So there's a lot of more workout on your legs and hips. But I went to Park City, Utah, where is fresh powder pretty much most of the season, and you literally it's just heaven.
Is that your favorite place you've snowboarded and
So
skied?
far, yes. I've gone to a couple of slopes in Colorado and Utah. I still have a couple of other places I want to go. For instance, to California. One of the reasons I wanted to move to Cali was because you can be in the ocean and then drive 3 hours and you're skiing.
Jeez.
So
Well,
it's like best of both worlds.
Have you skied at American Dream?
Is that in Jersey?
Yeah, that's the indoor
Indoor.
snow slope for snowboarding and skiing.
I feel like that's for people who are beginners.
Okay.
You know
no,
what I mean?
figured. I was just curious
I've
on
heard
what your
about it.
opinion is.
Because
Yeah.
what? That's like an ski stuff, and then there's also
Well,
there-
it's like I think it's like a 13-story slope.
okay.
13, 14-story slope indoors. I mean, the place is insane. It has an amusement park and a
Right, I
water
was just
park.
gonna say they
But
probably
like
have more.
they have that like 14-story
I would be down
slope.
to check it out. But yeah, no.
It was just wild because walking into that for the first time I visited, I was walking in with someone in full snow gear carrying a snowboard next to a person who was in a bathing suit and towel without his shirt. They were walking in together
Oh my God,
into the
that's
same
hilarious.
building.
That's
So,
funny. Honestly, this is a good date thing where, like, let's say I don't ski, but you ski, but I love to swim. So I'm going to go swim, you go ski. It's perfect. And we're still in the same place.
Is it a good date thing though?
Yeah,
Because
like
you're on opposite
separate-
sides
yeah.
of the
No, but I'm
building.
saying like, yeah, but then you meet up midday. Like I don't know. I'm not saying like one of the first dates, but I'm saying like when you're in a relationship, let's say like for me, I don't know, but you need to ski or snowboard if I'm dating you because I go a lot.
Yeah.
And like I will choose skiing. Like let's say I'm off this weekend. I will literally go skiing by myself. If you don't know how to ski, you can come with me and I'll teach you. But like I'm not staying home because
Yeah, I need
You know
to.
what I mean?
I need to try. Well, my wife skis and snowboards.
Yeah.
Mostly skis. She likes
okay,
to ski.
same.
I have never tried, but she grew
Go,
up in
it's
you know
so fun.
Russia, so
Yeah.
they have tons of skiing
Same,
and snowboarding.
same in Poland, yeah.
So, but yeah.
It's part of the culture, I think, but it's an awesome activity. It is such a like stress relief. I don't know. I just love it. And especially in the wintertime here, you guys know how ghosty this town gets and this part of Long Island. So I get affected by the weather a lot. Like my mood gets affected. So I do enjoy to go up on the mountains and, and ski and like, I don't know. It's just like an adrenaline rush, especially when you go on like a double diamond slope where it's like this. And you're just like, oh, I might die today, but guess what? It's going to be fun.
What's the most hardcore one you've done?
Double diamonds in, but the thing is like, so the more complicated slopes are definitely in Colorado and Park City, like Utah, kind of that way, not over here. The only negative about, I guess, the difficult slopes in Vermont, for instance, is that they're icy. So they're more dangerous because of that, because you don't have a grip, right? So once you pick up the speed, it's really hard to slow down. And then for instance, in Europe, you have nets around every not cliff, what is it called? Like a drop, I guess.
Edge, or I guess, yeah.
Here you don't. So you can just end up flying in the air and crushing. So it gets tricky, but like I said, the more complicated skill-wise slopes are in Utah, Colorado, California. But I recommend to everybody learn. It's an awesome thing to do, especially if you're bored. If you live in a ghost town like we do, it's a great thing to do every weekend, whenever you find time. We can do a little field trip, and I'll teach you guys how to ski.
That'd be great.
I'm good.
He's like, I don't like snow.
Put in the comments, you want to see Derlis on the slopes? We'll film it.
I feel like that'd be hilarious.
I mean, I'll go. I've gone snowboarding. I've never gone skiing. Yeah. No, I don't.
So, skiing is easy. It's easier to learn, but it's harder to master. Like if you really want to look effortlessly on the slope, skiing that takes years. But on the
I
other
might just go down pizza.
Your legs would hurt after one.
Yeah, and that's why I sit out afterwards. I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. This is good.
You can't do that.
Yeah, after the bunny slope, bro. Yeah, see me go down. Yeah.
See, when I teach people how to ski, I will take you on a bunny slope first, just to show you like the technical movements of skiing.
Yeah.
But then we're going on a blue slope. Like you need some elevation to be able to even like go. The worst thing to do is to get fucking stuck. I mean, on skis it's easier to get stuck because you just push yourself. Snowboard sucks because you have to take it off. If you get flat area and now you gotta walk towards the ski lift and it's all pain in the ass. But no, it's a great thing to do. Especially, like, people are like, you like snow like that? I'm like, no, I don't want snow in my driveway. I don't want to, like, live around snow. But if my perfect life would be California life, where it's like I said, normal weather, 50 degrees to 70 degrees during the day. And then if I want to go skiing, I can just drive 3.5 hours and be there. That would be perfect.
I just hate driving those 3.5 hours.
What? I love driving.
No.
I get in my head so much when I drive, but in a good way. I have the most amazing, like...
Therapeutic.
What?
Long drives are therapeutic.
Yeah, and you're just, like, analyzing your life and reflecting on stuff. It's great.
Yeah. One of my favorite drives was when I drove by myself to Michigan.
Okay.
Oh, cool. 11, I think it was 13 hours in total with the stops.
Jesus Christ, no.
I did a road trip from Las Vegas to New York once. It was fun. We stopped in each state.
Yeah, I think we all have different definitions of
fun.
Yeah.
Daddy, what's fun to you?
Like I said to you, work is fun to me.
Okay.
I enjoy just like...
That's your passion, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That's amazing. Not everybody can say that, that they do what they love for a living.
Yeah, I just like bossing people around and getting work done. I don't know why it is. It's just that's what it is. It's just like, okay, cool.
I respect that.
Seeing a product done. It's just like, yeah. But, I mean, have I enjoyed, like, trips to Florida as, like, just driving down there? There's been fun. But do I just like, oh, I can't wait to go on a drive for 4 hours being stuck in a car where everybody farts and just like, no, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Like, I mean, the views are nice, like, when you do that. But at the same time, like, one time when we're passing by North Carolina, me and Steph just ended up seeing goddamn a cross burning. So it wasn't fun. Because I'm also sitting next to a black man. I'm just like, okay, we better go, bro. Like, so yeah, for me, it's cross country travel has been different.
You know what's funny though, because
I don't know what's funny what you're about to say, but it's probably not.
Scared.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might not be funny.
Yeah.
But it just reminded me of with in relation to that Michigan trip. I was helping a friend move. Part of it was me going by myself to meet up with them, and then the other part. But now I'm with this friend. We're driving through Ohio. And there's a point in Ohio when you're going from New York to Michigan where you have to get off one highway, go through some back roads, and then get onto another highway.
Okay.
Keep going where you need to go. When we went through those back roads, it took us to pretty much a trailer park in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. Full out rocking chairs on the patios.
Oh, hell no.
Giant Trump signs everywhere. And my friend, who is very white and blonde, looks at me and just like, oh, you're not welcome here, boy.
Yeah, I've had those.
Oh, snap, this exists.
I've had those. So similar story. We were passing through Nebraska, and we had to get gas. And me and my ex is Colombian, so we were getting gas, and this guy was looking at my ex like he's never seen a Spanish dude in his life.
That's odd.
And he was just like, I don't remember what he said to him, but he pretty much was like disrespectful. He was like, "Are you lost, boy?" I was like, "Are we dying here?" I was like, "Can we fucking get back in the car and please go?" It was insane.
Yeah, I've experienced racism, which is,
Yeah.
There's levels to it. Some of it is funny, and then there's other of it that, like you were just saying, it's like, yeah, no, thank you.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's crazy to me is like when I was in Poland, I hated the fact that, Polish people were at that time, super racist. Like, because they don't know anything else. Like, Poland has been closed off to other nations, forever. So, the comments that would go around, specifically like black people was crazy. And I always would I would always say something. I'm like, you never met a black person. Like, why are you commenting on it? So one of the reasons why I left Poland is because of the closed mindset that they had at the moment. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to go to America. It's the land of everybody. And there's no racism there because everybody lives there. What? Then I come here and I'm like, what the fuck?
Reality check.
Yeah.
Isn't
There's
that
racism
crazy?
everywhere.
I know.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This world.
Yeah.
But anyway, don't we have some stories to talk about?
Oh, we do. So, let's get into them. I picked one in particular because I want to see Victor's reaction as far as what he would say on this. I didn't read it fully through, but I think it's a cool story. These are all just, am I the asshole?
Okay.
So, yeah, back to it. So, am I the asshole for not praying with my children?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not a religious person, but married a religious woman. I'm pretty nonchalant when it comes to religion, as my main judge on someone's character is, well, their character. As far as I'm concerned, being religious doesn't stop you from flying planes into buildings. Yeah.
Okay.
This guy went strong on it.
Got you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not an incorrect sentence.
Yeah, but that's just,
Yeah.
that was strong.
Yeah. Children are committing genocide against other people, nor does being atheist. In 2020, however, my wife's religious views took a hard-line approach to things. She started following a Sabbath, giving a tithe to some American church, and spending a lot of time watching conspiracy YouTube videos, i.e. secret devil symbolism, celebrity uses, Bible stories, conspiracy theories, etc. We have 2 children, and we've always prayed together. Even I prayed and would find it cute, especially when my son would pray for world peace, safe travels, etc. and then grow in a request for a Nintendo Switch game. Smart kid. Recently, however, I've started to actively not pray when it's my turn. I'll say how thankful I am for my family, but won't say hallelujah. The reason being this is that as my kids get older, I'm somewhat fearful that they'll blindly follow my wife's religious views and become mentally weak because of it. There's certain things my wife doesn't agree with and would call bad or evil. Things like yoga, meditation, Christmas.
She says that?
I'm reading it, so yeah, I don't know what she said, but this is so things like yoga, meditation, Christmas, etc. My children will then blindly repeat this stuff. If yoga comes on the TV, for example, they'll say yoga is bad for hurrying for the before hurrying for the remote to change the channel. You ask them why, and you get mommy doesn't like it or yaha. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. What my wife uses to refer to God. Doesn't like it. You ask why, they have no idea. It's that bit that worries me. Passing moral judgment on something that you can't reasonably justify. Today, after my children were complaining I didn't pray, I straight up told them I don't believe in any of it. And there are many religions with different views, etc. Wife wasn't happy, said I was being petty. Thoughts?
Oh, I have a lot.
Vic, you go first. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
figured
say
you would,
you're more
so-
religious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, as someone who's Christian and everything like that, and being in a relationship with someone who doesn't have the exact same views as I do, first of all, I think a lot of people there's a lot of different Christians out there. And yes, I agree. Also, religion does not stop people from being people.
Right.
Okay.
Whatever your beliefs. So
Yeah.
he's not wrong on that. But I don't really agree with a lot of these like flat, black and white, evil, not evil things. There's a lot too much nuance in the world. So I personally know really, really devout pastors who are therapists and teach yoga and meditation
I was just
and
gonna
lead
say.
meditation retreats and yoga retreats. And there's people out there that would think that's hypocritical. But
I have a question. Like, what's wrong with yoga and
only thing that is
it's
the
spiritual.
realistically wrong, it's a spiritual practice. The problem is when you're not defined in your beliefs, it's just like, who are you sending the spiritual energy to?
Oh, I see.
That's
Okay.
what it is.
Okay.
And in Christianity, it's
Wow.
like you don't
Victor's
believe.
really breaking this down.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't believe, like, Christians believe in the spirit world. They believe in demons and everything. It's not that they don't believe. They just believe that most of these are demons to deceive, and not because all of them want to claim that they're God or some form
Right.
of figure. So that's a whole theological discussion.
Okay.
That's besides the point. But I think with the whole conspiracy theories and all that, people really just get in their own head and they live in fear. And the whole point of Christianity is not to live in fear. It's not to judge others, and it's not to be putting people down.
Right.
So when things make you fearful, angry, and like spiteful against other groups, now you are straying away from like the core teachings. The whole reason why half the Bible is Jesus getting mad at Christian people for taking things too seriously and for judging and prosecuting others when they have no reason to.
Right.
So, and they should be loving him, trying to show them the example, and then he just gets killed over it. By Jews and were
Like him.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
exactly.
add
Like
that.
who he is, like trying to show him that. So it's funny how people kind of still do those same mistakes. That's one thing. The other part of this, it's like you and your husband. The husband seems like he tried really hard to be accommodating. Like it sounds like he prayed this and that, but she went down a bad rabbit hole.
Yoga is
And,
bad. No, yoga is, what is it? Yoga? Evil.
Evil, all that stuff. And then the kids
Whoa,
are getting
sis.
affected. So as someone who has a partner and we've had these discussions, I think it's important to be able to discuss things and meet on middle ground and have open dialogue and be able to openly agree on things. I believe kids need to form their own beliefs. Yes, I believe they can be around your beliefs, but they shouldn't be hindered from experiencing other
Right.
beliefs.
Yeah.
You know, yes, I grew up in a Christian household. I went to Bible study. I did all the things when I was younger. But I wouldn't say I was a Christian until we moved here. We stopped going to church. My parents stopped doing all the Christian things, regular things, because we didn't have a home church or anything. And then me, through a friend in school, I went back to a church. I made the decision myself.
I wanna
and I
continue
actually
this
brought
journey.
them back to the church.
Oh, nice.
And so in that sense, I made my own choice.
Right.
Even though I had influences, and sure you can say like that influenced the decision, and I agree with it, probably did influence the decision. But I wasn't close to any other religions.
I hope we
or
get
belief
like
system.
mad Christian followers. after
yeah.
this. It's just
Oh,
like,
I'm
this-
sure
you're-
there's a
you're
lot of
going-
things
you're
I'm saying that
going-
are
you're going
incendiary to this group of people.
So 100% Christian on this channel right now, bro. Like,
I mean,
I'm about to put like little Christmas, like Christian cartoons on this shit, because little vegetables and shit just for you. Because goddamn,
like
bro.
vegetables.
That was
let's-
awesome.
Yeah.
But
Wait,
I
no,
mean,
I
like,
want
I
to say
feel like-
something too.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Paulina,
with
your
something.
turn.
Yeah.
No, so as someone who was born in a Catholic country, I went to Catholic school. We obviously had religion and Bible studies and all that stuff. I'm grateful that my parents never forced me to go to church. They introduced me to church. I mean, I guess my school introduced me to church. But then they didn't discourage me from going to church, but they also said like, hey, if you like it there, go ahead, continue doing that. But I'm not going to force you or tell you you can't go. So I appreciated it. And I think that giving your child a choice isn't a bad idea. Like you said, the child should be guided, but then also don't be like pushed left or right when the child is old enough to understand and make some form of a small choices for themselves. I was a smart 7-year-old, let's put it that way, you know, but it's just not, I just appreciate my parents not pushing me one way or the other. I do believe when you have kids, or before, let's just put it that way, before you have kids, you should have a conversation about religion and how you're going to raise these kids.
It's a big point.
Because especially in America, obviously, with all the different cultures that we have and people blending from one religion to another, it could be a big deal down the road. And it can cause a lot of issues and friction between you guys in a relationship and your kids, seeing the arguments happening because, oh, is yoga evil or not? Like, maybe let's discuss this before we have kids.
That was
know?
that was my biggest beef with this whole thing. It was
Yeah.
just like, you chose to marry a religious woman, like, and again, maybe she dripped into that,
Yeah.
ran into
Based
that
on how
rabbit
he
hole.
said it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm super cautious about that.
Yeah.
Like, I personally, no, I'm good.
I think
like,
the biggest thing is like, can they openly talk about it with an opposing view?
Yeah, well, I think she's become closed-minded to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I that's the danger of it all.
Yeah.
And it's weird that you have to watch out for your partner. Be like, yeah, don't go into those conspiracy theories too much, okay? Like we gotta draw
But
it
that's
back.
where, like, one time I was talking to this guy from India, and why are you just like that?
Yeah, no, Paulina and a cult. Okay, nice. Yeah.
And I was like, I was feeling it, and it was it's a great guy, but I was just like, I don't know if I would be able to, like, get on the same page religion wise with you, even though he wasn't like, oh, I'm not gonna turn you, what is it called, when you have to like change religion,
Oh, convert?
convert. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it, but my parents might push me for that. I'm like, so maybe you should date people within your religion, because I would never want to be
Well,
pressured.
that's always something I've mentioned to you. Culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying stick to your culture. Victor didn't. It's
Yeah.
it-
Polar
But
opposite.
European culture and Hispanic culture are very similar.
Well, also understand where my Iluz is from is it's an Islamic state.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so her family's is Islamic.
Oh, I had no idea.
They're
Wow.
all Muslim.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sisters in hijab, everything like that.
shoot.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So they're
I'm telling you, he fucking was like, I'm going for it, baby. I was like, with this man, I was like,
Wait,
Jesus
so how
Christ.
does that work for you guys?
so
I'm
Iluza,
shocked I didn't know that.
yeah, Iluza herself, she's agnostic.
Okay.
So,
So
you
it
know,
works.
and but her family is wonderful. I mean, that's the thing. It's like both religions. I understand a lot more about Islam, and I've read the Quran.
That's nice.
Not fully yet, but I've read, and I have other Muslim friends. The thing is, it's funny because that book, the Bible and the Torah, are all the same story, just part 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah.
to an extent, depending on the different things you believe. That's also another whole combo.
I feel like this is a religious episode. Jesus Christ. Can we wrap
But
this
I'm-
up, Vic?
No.
Okay,
please.
okay, back to the
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Basically, how it works is we're very open about our beliefs. A lot of our beliefs align. There's very few differences that she
Which will
does
happen.
not agree with as far as my views, but she's always loved the fact that I'm such a spiritual and
Okay,
I'm
good.
very steadfast with my faith.
Love it.
We have had discussions where it's like those certain differences where like I'm not comfortable with our kids even hearing about it. And I'm like, we got to be comfortable with them hearing about it because I'm not going to just not show it, but I'm never going to shove it down their throats. That
Okay,
I
good.
promise you. I'm never going to shove it down or anything like that. They're going to stay home. I don't care. But they cannot be hidden away from my side or your side
Right.
because I want them to have open communication with your family and my family.
Right.
I want them to be exposed. But we are not going to push them, and they're going to be able to make their own decisions on this. But we can't be afraid of them seeing either or because you're afraid that they're going to make a choice that's going to align with my views. Because I'm not afraid if they make a choice that aligns with your views.
Good.
And we just have to meet in that middle ground, and we have. So
Love it.
Yeah.
Great.
This is not good for views, bro. Come on now. We got to be more divisive.
it's actually
Yeah.
pretty controversial, so it might work
Yeah.
out
It's,
for you.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm invested in this conversation. There's like, fuck religion.
Pretty much.
Sorry, I hate the story. Why did you pick the story?
No, honestly,
it's good.
I
It's
picked
good.
it because I knew he would go off on it. Like that.
So you did it. It's your
Yeah,
fault.
no, I know. I knew what was gonna happen because of it. They're like, look at him go. He wouldn't shut up. Like, yeah, as soon as you tell
Shine
him, like,
bright,
talk
baby."
about Christianity, boy. So, yeah. So let's get into a little bit more like normal, like what the fuck situations. Okay.
Okay,
So-
left turn. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. So this is, am I the asshole for not telling my sibling that my partner might fire them from work?
Am I the asshole for not telling my sibling that?
My partner will fire them from work.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
You got it?
Don't
Yeah.
work with your family.
That's partly. I mean, I
Well,
work
let's
with
see
my
the
fam-
let's see the full
yeah,
story.
Yeah. My sibling works with my partner, and lately they've been slacking off big time. They've been caught stealing hours, not doing their work, and making some seriously bad choices. They make good money, and their family needs the income. My partner went to HR and laid out a plan for them to follow, or they could lose their job. They've improved a little, but they're still making poor decisions. There's no more patience left after everything they've put everyone through, and things might get worse when the plan is up and HR wants to check in. I'm not supposed to know any of this since they don't talk to me about work. I feel a bit guilty for not saying anything, but my partner has done a lot to help them and has been clear about what needs fixing. Am I wrong for not making sure they realize what's at stake? They're really living on borrowed time and money and could mess up their family. I know they should be able to handle themselves and maturely fix it. Part of me feels bad for not confronting them and trying to scare them into getting it together. But can someone really change who they are at their core? Do they need to hit rock bottom first? They're adults in their 40s with a family. It's not like they're kids. Yeah. So that situation, what do you do? Do you tell them, or do you just keep quiet and just understand that, hey, they're old enough?
I am somebody who will always say something. It would almost be like a warning.
Oh, so it's good. Thanks for letting me know. I won't tell you certain things that way. Yeah. You ruined my fun that way. Oh, good God.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, I do believe that everybody has to learn on their
Yeah.
own mistakes, but I would probably say, like, hey, things are not looking great. You need to get your shit together, or unfortunately, it's going to end for
Yeah.
you.
But-
And then I leave it to you.
But at the same time, they've been told that before. So you're just opening up a rift for you and your partner and the trust because now you've been told and now you've warned them.
Wait. So the partner doesn't want me to say something to them?
I would imagine so.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
yeah, that's different. Yeah. If I was approached by my partner, then
yeah, because most of the
anything.
time, like imagine you're warning somebody they're about to get fired. What do they end up usually doing? They're doing something fucked up.
Yeah.
At the job, and like
or get their shit together. But yeah.
you're
Mainly it's
being
the negative,
positive
yeah.
because they already extended that. Like they like the partner like here's a layout. Here's you got to do this, and they barely improved. You know.
got you.
So.
Oh no! At that point, I guess I'm gonna let you drown.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a second.
Yeah, 1 second. Is that?
Yo, Cody.
Bobby? Oh, it's my parents.
Okay.
Oh. Hola.
Pase.
Yeah. You want to drop off?
So estamos grabando, pero. Pase. It's
No,
so
no,
fine.
it's okay.
It's fine.
Leave it on the table. It's fine.
Oh.
You can leave it on the table right
He's
here.
so cute.
Right here.
Yeah.
No, right here. On the desk. On the
Bye.
desk.
Que
Bobby.
lo
En
voy a
la
dejar aquí en la
mesa.
mesa. Cuidado. No se preocupe.
Te
Gracias.
quiero. Ciao.
Cuídate.
We love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's staying in. Sure. Why the fuck not? You know?
It's almost like we're doing this live anyways.
Yeah. At this point, sure.
Between my parents,
Wholesome.
Vic's dad.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's gonna be watching this because of the Christianity review.
At this point.
Yeah, so it's okay.
There might be a lot of controversy.
No, don't worry. We'll get to those, but yeah, those
we'll
will be
get
the
to
reels. Yeah,
I got you.
This will be like, what the fuck is this episode about? I came in for relationships, and here's Victor trying to convert me over here. She's like, God damn it.
I mean, it's about the relationship.
Yeah. So Vic, what's your thoughts on this situation? That like, should you tell somebody or should you just be quiet and just hopefully?
I think it's pretty nuanced, but I pretty much agree. Like if it was my spouse, she's in charge of a team, even if it was my friend like working there. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if they explained to me and I felt like I didn't fully understood because I care about my friend.
Mm-hmm. But this is your sibling, right?
That's your sibling.
Oh, it's a sibling. Sorry.
This
Yeah.
is a family member.
This is a family member.
Yeah.
So,
and you
but
know
I also
they need the money.
But I also know my family member. So after the explanation, I would either understand that like, oh, they're on point. I can't blame them because I know them. Or if I feel there's a misunderstanding, I would just speak to my partner and see where he lands.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't speak to.
You know, you could put that on silent.
That's
you know,
the thing, right?
They have those things.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah, then I put it on silent and I forget to take it off, and now no one hear my phone. But yeah, if it's a sibling, I think I would try to resolve it with the partner, though. If I had any qualm with it, even if it's just explaining, hey, you're right, they are a mess up. Yeah. If anything, I know they're in a tough spot, so if you could just talk to them one last time, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. This and that. That would probably be the most I would do. I wouldn't necessarily speak to my sibling unless it's like, oh, like they're really messing things up, like they're stealing or something like that.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, but I'll also okay it with my partner at that point, you know. So it's like,
this is the type of conversation where like we had with like, oh, are you choosing your mom or are you choosing your wife? Like when you build a life with somebody, that's your priority. So if his wishes are for me not to mention something to my siblings, or even if I, let's say, didn't discuss this situation with him yet, I would probably approach him about this too.
The other perspective is,
and then,
hey, if this is my spouse and this is her livelihood and they're affecting that, this is our livelihood. Yeah. So that's a direct effect towards our life. Yeah. So it's like what needs to be done needs to be done and needs to be handled. This is, like you said, it gets messy when family gets involved with work.
Interesting takes. All right. So
you agree?
Yeah. For me, I mean, you know what? I think at that point, like, and what I would expect from my family too is like, if I'm being a fuck up, I'm being a fuck up. Like, if you gotta go, like, if you do a crime, that's your bit. Like, I got a DUI when I was younger. Mm-hmm. I was in jail. That was, or like, you know, for the night. Yeah. And that was what I had to do. Mm-hmm. Like, and you have to learn through that. It's like, family is family, and they'll try to be there for you, but you're alone in this world. And if you continually fuck up and and not learn your lesson, that's on you.
Oh, 100%.
And that's, like, and the fact that story they told him a couple times and they try to help out
Give
the
him a
plan.
chance.
And
Or
now
Yeah,
they're-
no,
yeah.
then now you're
Now you gotta hit the
yeah,
rock bottom. Yes.
Exactly. Like, that's your own fault at that
Yeah.
point. It's like,
Yeah.
I can only help you so much if you don't want to help yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, 100%.
So that's how I feel about that. It's like, of course, like, I think we would all help them, but
At some point, they're just
yeah,
like a.
if they could
broken
continue to fuck
record,
up,
yeah.
like, then, fuck up. Go ahead. See where that gets you.
There's a lot of families that would try to, like, what I also hate is that, your son is a fuck up, let's say, and you keep on freaking patting him constantly instead of
Enabling.
enabling instead of like actually putting him in check and let him actually hit the rock bottom. Moms do that a lot. They constantly help the son, like, oh my God, but that's my son. Like, I can't just kick him out of the house for being an asshole. Like, no, kick him out. Maybe he'll freaking wake up.
I feel like there's like Vic said, nuances. Like, yeah, they could get fired, but you could still help them afterwards. And
Yeah.
like, like that love can still extend afterwards.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
listen, like, I'm sorry you lost your job. That sucks. Like, I've had friends in situations where, like, they ended up smoking weed at the job where it was like, yo, this is a corporate gig. Don't
do
smell
it.
like fucking weed. Don't fucking do some dumbass shit.
Right.
Like, it's simple. Like,
Yeah.
what you do is what you do. And if you get
Right.
fired from that, I can't help you. Like,
No.
you got the job so far. The rest is up to you, to build.
Right.
And so that's where it's just like, okay, but that doesn't mean after, you get fired, we're done being friends. It's like, yeah, well, I could still kick it with you. Like,
Yeah.
from that. So next story is, would I be the asshole for trying to break up with my boyfriend while he's been away for work?
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there more?
Oh,
Tell me
there's
what work
plenty
it
more,
is.
but I kind of want to just get a range of your reactions of just like, oh,
He's like, let me look at both of their faces, see what the
exactly.
hell.
Paulina was ready. Break up with him. Break up with him.
No, I just related to
Yeah,
the
I figured,
sentence.
that's why I'm saying, like, I
I was
sense
like,
your vengeance.
I had those thoughts.
Yeah. I, 28 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 26 male, for a year and a half. Things moved really fast. We met May 2023 and I moved to DC from Boston to be with him in September 2023. After being together for around 6 months, he started pressuring me to get married and start having kids. Oh, Paulina, don't you wish you had that life?
Can we ask, is he military? What does it say?
Jesus Christ.
I have
it
to
doesn't fucking matter.
It
doesn't
matters, it
fucking
matters.
matter.
Why
Okay?
is he trying
Why
to
are you
press her
trying
all
to make
the-
this your life, okay? Just stop it, okay?
You picked the story on purpose. You fucking knew this
Now,
was
if I know there's military, I ain't gonna say this shit. So, this gave me a lot of anxiety. He loves me so much and tells me all the time how much he wants to marry me. However, I don't think I feel the same. When I first met him, he presented himself as someone who is super motivated and has lots of hobbies, but I have found that most of his spare time is spent watching TV or gaming. I do almost all the cooking and cleaning. We also adopted a dog together, and I mostly take care of her. There are also things that I don't agree with him on. He doesn't think men and women can be friends, so he doesn't want me to have any guy friends. He considers himself traditional and doesn't want me to keep my last name. However, I love my last name and I don't want to change it. He has also told me that he would be disappointed if he had a gay child. In June 2024, he got stationed in California. Shut up. In June 2024, he got stationed in California,
Holy shit.
and I moved out here with him. After being here for a week, he got put on a ship for 4 months and doesn't come back until November. During this time, I've been thinking about our relationship. He has again been pressuring me during our phone calls to get married by 2025 and said he wants me to start having kids by the time I'm 29.
It's all on his terms, so love that.
I started having a lot of anxiety about this timeline. A couple of weeks ago, I tried breaking up with him because I decided that I don't think I could ever marry him. He begged me to not do this while he was away. He asked me if I could ever see myself marrying him, and I said no. I've been telling him I want to go home and that I'm probably going to leave before he gets back. He started going back on everything he's told me and saying we don't have to get married for a while or have kids and that he'll start helping me with the cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the dog. Today, however, he called me and he was angry with me. He told me that I said some really hurtful things, but mostly I've just been telling him how I don't want to be with him so that we could both move on. It also feels like he was trying to guilt me into staying by saying he wants to see our dog one last time, although he's not that attached to her and doesn't want to come back to nothing. But I would just leave and he would be able to come back to the apartment and all of his stuff would be here, even the furniture we bought together. He wants me to at least try for a little while when he gets back, or at the very least he wants us to talk about this in person. Would I be the asshole if I leave before he gets back, or should I stay at the apartment and wait for him to come back to talk about this?
Girl, run for your life. Oh my God, that's my story pretty much. Minus the dog.
Minus the dog. Okay. So, okay, let's go on the next story. No. Is that all you got to say to that story?
No, I'm just disturbed on like how
I feel like you're just traumatized yourself.
that type of people think they can just control their partners, and
I'm not amazed that they're that way
wild.
because that's how military life is.
I mean, yeah, they're
It's a very conservative, traditional type of stereotype of that.
no,
that
yeah, I
stereotype.
understand, but
And it's also just like they're
Wild.
programmed to have a certain way of things. It's just like,
Yeah.
I want this to be done, so please get this done. Again, I don't know how their communication is.
Horrible.
It's hard to say that, but I will
I mean,
say,
I've dealt with 3 military people.
I'll say this.
And I
Most
just-
military people that I've talked to about relationships and stuff like that have said something along the lines they'd rather just be with a military person.
Yeah, and that's probably the healthiest for them.
Because it just
Same
the
mindset, views, yep.
yeah, they understand
Yep.
each other when it comes down to it. Now, can I say that's the right way or the any way? Like I don't know, but you know, that's up
but they're
to,
in the same field. They share some form of similar interest. So I would definitely say stick with military, you know, because I've been in this situation. I've been manipulated from the distance when, you know, he was deployed, and I was told I have to be home at 9 p.m. after I was out having dinner with my best friend, literally, like not even going out. I was literally having dinner, and it was he was 12 hours ahead of me. And it was midday for him. Like he literally was doing absolutely nothing, just, you know, I think he was working out. He's like, I need you home in 30 minutes. I want to talk to you. And I'm like, I'm going to be home when I'm done with dinner and we can talk. Like, it's midday. You're not going to sleep. He kept on controlling me from the distance. And all I've done was just like, you know, was on board with his goals, like with the whole deployment and his vision. And I mean, he came back from his last deployment and then he stayed for 3 months with me and then he left me again to go to Vegas. No military based job at all. It was some IT position that like, it wasn't even, I don't know, you know.
But not to just get into him, but the other two, they were military as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, same idea. I was just like
Was it the same?
well,
exact-
moving fast paced. Like even the guy from that I met that went to Tennessee to visit and whatever. He was the same thing. He's just like, Paulina, I've been watching you for so long. Like you're a wifey material. Like you have all the values that I want in my partner and a woman. This is the plan. This is where I'm heading. Like, I would love for you to, in a year, I would love for you to move in. And like, he gave me a whole like time frame. And I was like, so wait, what if I don't feel like, what if it doesn't feel right? Do I have anything to say? Like, he kept on saying like, you're staying home with the kids. I'm providing. I'm like, I sat there and I was like, bro, what? I was like, are you going to ask me what I want? Or is this going to be this life is going to be on your terms? So
I honestly can't blame him in the sense of just like, he's at least giving you what he wants.
No, I
He's
respected that, and
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
infatuated me. Like, I was like, whoa, like, he knows what he wants. He's giving me his intentions towards me. I was like, whoa.
It's so funny because Paulina gave us her intentions last episode. And I'm just like, okay. Well, this sounds a little familiar to me. Just like, maybe you picked up a little bit of traits that just like, you should be careful about yourself.
No,
you
I know. Yeah.
Like,
I know. But what I'm saying is, it's definitely a fast-moving pace
Yeah.
with military people.
Specific type of people should be in those. If you're that type of person that can live with that, then great.
Yeah.
Because I also know I think it's very incentivized for them to get a wife less than dating, because when you're married and as
Yeah,
a
you
military
benefit
person,
from it.
you get all the perks.
Yeah.
Like they can move wherever you are. They're
Yeah.
allowed on the base whenever you want them to be. They get the benefits. You can actually have your money with them
Yeah.
or this and
They
that.
get paid more too.
Yep. So it's
understand
like
that.
the whole
That sounds
system is
really bad.
It's designed to incentivize
Yeah.
Yeah.
that situation.
But
So I
that's
could
why
get
people force things,
Yeah. That's also like sort of like when single moms, like it's better for them sometimes because it's just like they get money through the kids and everything like that. And it's like we're incentivizing sort of things that like either
Are not
broke
healthy.
families or
Yeah.
like sped up families where it's like either one of those. It's like
Yeah.
instead of just taking its time and
it's
Yeah.
adding
course.
so
Make
much
it
other
pressure.
pressures
Yeah.
to the relationship
Yeah.
that are kind of unnecessary. And most people don't really even think them through. It just becomes ingrained in them, and then they act it out.
Right.
You know?
I mean, the guy, the recent military guy, well, not so recent, last year, but he like fucked up big time and ruined my trust. And then 2 days later, like he apologized right away already. But then I'm someone who like can't stay mad for long. I will never forget what you did, but I'm very forgiving just for myself, my own peace of mind. And 2 days after he fucked up, he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I'm like, are you good? Like, are you okay up there? Like, just because he wanted things to move forward. It was almost like no matter how many red flags I would show him, he just had that vision, locked his eyes on me, and he knew what he wanted, and that was gonna happen no matter what.
What
and
a man.
and I was just, I just sat there. I was like, what the
Like it's funny to me like your definition of what a man is because you've been saying that for the last last time couple times.
I definitely want someone who knows what they want, but it's like it has to be healthy.
Well, it's like they know what they want, but they're willing to hear what you want, and then willing
Yeah,
to
it has to
create
be a
something
partnership.
new. And that-
Sounds like a lesbian right there.
Well, that's perfect for my story that I'm about to go into.
Gross.
She's tried everything. It doesn't work,
No.
bro. It doesn't
Did I
work.
tell you that my ex-wife reached out to me? I did.
Oh no, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
That
You
shit
told
was
us
funny.
you bumped into her like at the
Yeah,
restaurant.
so when my parents were here last
Yeah.
month, she messaged me. That was so fucking funny. So she left her wife,
Yeah.
current wife.
Wow.
Okay.
She
Is
so
she
they
military too?
no.
Oh, okay.
So they moved to New Hampshire. So just to rewind for all of you, like a quick long story short,
Let's see. Go.
my ex-wife cheats on me and moves on with her current wife, right? So then they get married. After their marriage, like a couple days after they got married, my ex-wife finds out that her current wife cheated on her the day before they got married. Right? So
Karma.
karma's a bitch.
Okay.
So then when my ex-wife found that out, she was like, that's it. We're moving out of the island. We're going to New Hampshire. So they moved to New Hampshire, right? Then
I never got that, but okay.
what? Are you following or not?
No, like just like divorce. I gotta get out of here. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, because she was just like, she was pretty much, so the chick cheated on my ex-wife with a guy from her job. So,
Oh.
yeah.
she turned you straight.
No, that's the thing. No, D.
Oh.
My ex-wife goes for straight girls. And she, like, turns them into gay.
But
So-
then she went back to the
Yeah,
dick.
obviously, because when you're straight, you're straight. Like, I will never go back to a chick.
Wow, I got some respect for your ex-wife just turning straight.
Oh, no,
girls
yeah, she was on a
gay.
mission.
Yeah.
She was on a mission,
She's 10 toes
yo.
down,
Yeah.
bro. Like, goddamn.
No, she definitely knows what she's doing, but
I
that's
gotta
just the
have a beer with her.
psychopath shit
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Like
Two
manipulate
strikes.
your beliefs. Like she like created this beautiful life for me. I remember, and I was like, oh my god, and I was so vulnerable and dumb, and I fucking fell for it.
You know what
There
you
is
wanted?
no man in this world that could convince me, like, oh, let me take the dick one time, you know, like
Turn you gay,
yeah,
marry you,
yeah,
just to realize
and
that,
like cheat on me.
And then once the goal is achieved,
Yeah.
next. That
Yeah.
literally she's done this her entire life.
Yeah, she definitely got some problems.
Yeah. But anyway, so
But I'm sure she got some good stories, though.
she definitely
Like,
does. She
yeah.
definitely does. So they moved to New Hampshire. I don't know. That's like 2 years ago or whatever. I think they've been married for 2 or 3 years now.
Okay.
Then she comes down to visit her family, and I'm working, and that's when she walks into my job, and she's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that you work here." Like, shut the fuck up. So then everything goes fine, and then she's about to leave, and she's like, "Paulina, what are you doing after?" And I looked at her, I was like, "Are you okay? Like, do you think I want to have anything to do with you?" Like, granted, I'm healed. I literally don't care. Like, even when I saw her, I was just like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" You know, like
indifferent.
Yeah,
Indifferent,
exactly,
yeah.
indifferent. But the comment she made afterwards, she's like, "I just feel like shit after what I've done to you." I was like, "Oh, you feel like shit what
No.
you've done to me because your marriage is falling apart now. Got it. You can stay the fuck away from me." So then 2 weeks after that meeting, right, at my job.
So she's been married twice now.
Yes.
Wow.
She's about to be divorced again. So fucking pathetic.
Wait,
so
who gets the money at that point? Did you get money?
no, so we kind of like, I don't know what it was called, but we agreed to just split. Like
Down the middle.
yeah, like
Okay,
we
yeah.
no, like I had my
Yeah,
money,
yeah.
she had her
Oh,
money. No
okay.
one went after each other, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
We didn't really have a lot together because we literally got divorced like 8 months after we got married.
Yeah.
So we didn't really have a house together or like a car
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
Not no like big assets together. But so
You got big asses.
all she knows too. That's what she fucking reached out to me again. So then 2 weeks after that meeting, she comes back, and apparently, so her sister reached out to me. She's like, "Paulina, do you like?" Has been asking me to reach out to you. So she wanted you to. She was curious if you would be open to a conversation. I was like, "About what?" And she was like, "Well, I guess she feels some type of way. She wants to apologize." I'm like, "She wants to apologize 5 years later." Now I was like, "Why, Megan?" And she was like, well, I guess she, like, her relationship's not going great, so like she, you know, she's going through it now. She has grown since you guys broke up, but like she just feels like she owes you apologies. And like some people would respect it, right? Like the girl like finally comes to her realizing how fucked up she is, and what she's done to me was traumatizing, and you know, it costed me a lot of mental health and whatever. So some people think, "Oh, like I respect her for like coming to her senses." I'm like, not 6 years later, right? Like, so then I'm like, I looked at Megan, I was like, "Listen, I don't mind, like she can reach out whatever she wants, like whatever she needs to do to have peace of mind, sure, you know, but I'm not meeting up with her, I'm not getting back to her." Because she was like, "Would you consider that?" And I'm like, "Are you both on crack?" Like, oh,
No, I think you did it right. Where it's just it's
like
said
that's
it,
crazy.
where it's like you can apologize, but we're not
No.
doing this. This is like
No.
Yeah.
have your peace of mind. You can say the apology. I'm just wondering, are you accepting the apology and then just like, okay, cool, whatever?
No, I so what had happened was she unblocked me on social media, didn't follow me or anything, didn't reach out, but then I had her blocked on my phone number because she was just crazy, so I didn't want to have anything to do with her. So I unblocked her, messaged her, I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then she was like, "I need to apologize. I owe you I owe you huge apologies. I don't know if we can meet up in person to have a conversation." And I was just like, to be honest, I'm not really like not wasting my time on that, but I was just like, "Hey, I'm busy. I have my parents here. You know, I'm not really understanding what's the point of that." She goes, "Oh, I owe them big apologies too." I was like, if you think I'm gonna bring my family back to this fucking toxic situation, they don't care about you. I don't really care about you. I didn't tell her that, but you know, I just kind of left it. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll let you know." And she never, thankfully, she never reached out again. But I was funny, and it just proves that what I do out in this world and in every relationship I've been so far, it's good things, and they always come back somehow, you know? So it was like, to me, it made me feel good. It's like, all right, you know, I guess I was a great wife, and she told me that when she saw me. She's like, "I fucked up. Like, you were the best thing that ever happened to me, and I just fumbled the bag." So it made me feel good deep inside, because I was like, okay, like, you know, I questioned myself. I questioned if I did something wrong. And I guess I didn't. So it made me feel good, but it's just crazy that the audacity behind someone who has done so much harm in my life, and now you want to come back so many years later and open up the wounds? Like,
Yeah. No,
you know,
I mean, like,
how crazy is that?
I think it's understandable to want to apologize and just say your piece.
Yeah, but do you even
but
deserve it?
it's okay that you want to that, but you also have to understand if that person doesn't want anything to do with you, then you
Just
have to
respect
respect it. And then you have to forgive yourself and move on.
Right.
That's it. That's the only options that you have.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you want a relationship with that person, that's insane. That's like only if that person somehow, I don't even know the connection. Like I'm just thinking about my exes and I'm just like I'm not asking them for a relationship in any sort of form. Like they're living their lives.
She didn't say it directly, but when I talked to her sister, she was like, would you even like
But that's
consider?
what I'm saying.
And I'm like
I'm
Megan-
saying more like even to consider to meet up. Like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the where it comes down to is you're lucky that you get to communicate with this person at all.
At all. The fact that I unblocked her is like
And
me
then-
having a big heart and actually.
Then just say your piece, say
Right.
your apology because that's what you want to say, correct?
Right.
Then say that and then move on.
No, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that, in my opinion. She didn't just want to apologize.
But that's why I'm saying.
That's the point.
Yeah.
You say
But
that and
to
they
me,
come
that's disgusting.
That's why you don't communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like that's what I'm trying to pick on your brains because it's like, what the
that's
fuck, dude?
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
just like you
Agreed.
did the apology. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you're getting. Goodbye.
Yeah.
No, and I don't disagree with you in that sense.
We're with you on that.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
sure.
It's just mind blowing. I was just like, I forgot that I didn't tell you guys this. I figured you would appreciate
man.
it.
Yeah, it's definitely something different.
Oh, man.
All right.
Crazy.
You have another one?
No, I got a couple more.
Okay.
So
okay.
I know you
think-
gotta go, but yeah.
One more.
Yeah. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter I won't pay for her wedding?
Ooh.
Yeah, I figured you would like this one too. I have 3 kids, and this is about my youngest. I have paid for all my older kids' weddings with basically no strings attached. My 2 older kids are 26 and 28. The middle child is going to have her wedding when she is 27, and my oldest just had his wedding. My youngest is in college, and she just turned 20.
Oh my God.
She has been dating this guy and he proposed. He is 25 and out of school. I am not a huge fan that he has been out of school for 2 years and is dating a college student, especially when they started, she was still a teenager. My daughter can't even drink while he literally has a career. He proposed and I learned about it yesterday. She wants to get married next summer. I sat her down and told her I will not pay for the wedding. I believe she is too young and that she is still in college. I told her that I will pay for all of it if they have long engagement and she is 25. I told her this gives her plenty of time to finish her degree and she will have some work experience under her belt before marriage. Also, if they love each other, it shouldn't be an issue waiting a few years. She was pissed and called me a jerk. My other daughter thinks this is a good call while my son thinks I'm being a dick. Thoughts?
Okay, so I don't expect my parents to pay for my wedding. It would be nice if they contribute, but I don't have that expectation at all. So if I really want to get married, nothing's going to stop me, right? I might have to have a smaller wedding because my dad is not paying for it. Would I feel some type of way, especially that he had paid for 2 other siblings' weddings? Yes.
I don't think that's the issue at all, honestly, in my book for this.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, are we talking about her feelings or are we
Fuck
talking
her
both?
feelings at that point. Like, fuck her at this point. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Fuck that little spoiled ass brat.
Okay.
He's willing to pay for her wedding. He's
Okay.
absolutely, he gave her that, like, I'm willing to pay for it. Like,
Just
one,
wait.
one, as a father, he's cautious about this
Yeah.
dude. So that off the rip is like, nah.
Right.
Wait your ass, get yourself through college,
Situated.
get yourself experience, and then if anything, I will still pay for the wedding. And if something goes wrong down the lines, you have your college degree, you have your job.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong that he did at any level because he sat it down and this kid, his other son, fuck him too. I'm gonna put it there too.
D's upset.
Yeah,
I love it.
when I read that story, I actually commented back. This dad is being a proper dad, and I'm okay with that kid, like his youngest, just being a spoiled brat because she's 20 years old.
Yeah.
I expect that of a.
That's
I mean,
20-year-old.
why do you want to get married that early anyway? That's
Because
just
you're
silly.
spoiled. You don't know shit. You
Naive.
just got dicked down by some older kid.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, that's sus. So I look at that in all levels. That man has all the rights to just
Yeah.
call the cards for what it is, and she can just wait. Like, that's all he's giving her is like, what's what's it called? What's forever versus 5 years?
Yeah.
You know, that's how I look at this.
And I agree with Poe. If she's really that adamant about it, she could do it herself.
Right.
Elope,
So
and
that's
then
my
just-
thing. Like, she's grown enough to make decisions for herself. I do respect the father being the
But I agree
father.
with the father, and I agree with you, D.
I don't know how he went about it.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
We're
Like,
going from his angle right
Yeah.
now. Like, again, if we go what ifs, we're never gonna get anywhere.
right. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is, like, I agree with the fatherly care here, like, and being the rational one because she's young and the guy's older and he's questionable, and usually parents are right about the spouses.
Experience.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would definitely want to slow it down. But again, if she wants to get married, she can go to the town hall, get married, and wait for her, you know, actual wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no opinion on the siblings because I just don't know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this against what you guys are saying as far as like she can go do whatever she wants, and it's true. I will agree that she can do it, but
Do I agree
don't-
she should do it? No, I don't
Okay,
think so.
there you go.
I don't
didn't
agree she
mention that
should do it.
part. Yeah,
I'm just saying,
yeah.
if it's an issue for her, she could do it.
Right,
But
what I'm saying is, like,
again,
reality-
Listen, you can go kill somebody. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean you should
Yeah,
go
no,
kill
no, no.
somebody.
I just want
I
to know if
agree
she
with you,
lives
though,
with
she
the dad.
shouldn't.
Because if she lives with the dad too,
Listen,
then
I-
it's
That's a
like,
whole other
bitch.
story.
Pretty sure the dad's
That's a whole
paying,
other factor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
From what I'm gathering, he probably is paying for college and
Everything,
probably
yeah.
paying her to go to
For a
college.
lot of things.
And yeah, like for her to be there.
Yep.
So she's living off daddy's bucks, which is fine. I'm not disgruntling anybody that's
And the
able to
dude
do
might
it.
be fine with waiting a couple of years to
Yeah.
get married. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is just the dad's perspective of her reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you're 20 years old.
Yeah.
The
you
fuck
have a-
are you talking about?
Older
You have-
sister
Wait, but it did
approves
say
too, so-
it did say that they've been dating for a while, like high school
And?
sweethearts or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, but
It's a little different, I
What does
guess.
it fucking matter? I still disagree entirely with that. Like, if any child of mine ever came up to me,
I wanna
before
get
they-
married at
well, yeah,
20.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like before they're fucking 27, I'd be like looking at them.
Well,
you
no.
fucking no, I will. I will look at them. You're fucking stupid. You're stupid.
I would
You can
say,
wait.
like, if you want to get married after college, that's like acceptable.
I'd say wait until you're 27. Give it time. Like, what is the difference between you waiting now and then just like, oh, like 2 years?
I mean,
Or
Elizabeth
five
was
years?
25 when we got
Yeah,
married.
yeah. I know you're cradle grabbing. All right. So, yeah. But
I
I'm
was
just-
27 though.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like a specific age when you should or shouldn't get married. Yeah, like it depends on your level of maturity and how long you've been dating. You know, and if
Well, we lost Dee's camera.
What were your last thoughts on this little spoiled brat?
I think me and Poe said our piece, and then you were saying your side of it. Like,
I'm just waiting it out. Just as far as like, you know,
they should do it.
as a father, I would just tell my kids nowadays to just wait. Like
Got
you
it.
got no rush for it. Especially like the divorce rates are going up, everything like that. I don't know what your parents told you, but I would have been like, you're okay. I would have told, if I was a loser's parents, I would have been like, you can wait. But you had an
Losers' parents
extreme
were more-
situation.
More
Yeah, it's
pushy than my
different.
parents.
Yeah.
When
but
you-
He also had an extreme situation, so I
and
can
also
understand.
he was
Yeah.
dating an immigrant. It's a little bit different. You know, it moves things differently. I
The
mean,
way
I'm
you
just
say
being
things-
blunt.
Yeah, no, the way you say things, he was dating an immigrant.
I
It's
mean,
like, you know,
listen, but
like,
I am an immigrant.
I get what you mean.
You know what I mean?
get
It
what
was
you
blunt.
mean.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
like obviously, I'm proud of being an immigrant. Like I have no.
No, I get it, but
Okay.
it's just the way you say
Okay,
it.
well,
It's just
well.
like, yeah, it's fine.
Sorry, I just don't care.
No,
But-
that's fine.
No,
You-
it's just-
it's just funny how it sounds like I was dating an immigrant, so I had to, do the
No,
thing.
but it's
Yeah.
part of the thing. Like you want to start a life with
Again.
guys, whatever. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
But if you're seriously dating and you want your wife to be like consider a citizen and lawfully live here and
Yeah,
do
yeah. You got the,
the life
90
you
day
have to.
fiance thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, but I will also add, as a parent, and I would want my child to understand and respect this, is give my blessing.
Yeah.
That's
Mm-hmm.
it. If
That
you-
comes
if you-
from culture too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I would look at it. If like she goes through with it, you're a little cunt. So,
Speaking of
yeah.
that, I think I've mentioned it to you guys with like one of my friends. I'm not going to mention the names, but the age difference thing with like the father, but I don't really fully agree with the blessing from the father if it comes to age difference. That's a whole different topic, but that just reminded me. It's like, oh, my dad doesn't want me to date an older man. Why? Give me a reasoning. If he takes care of me, if he's a great partner, loves me, like gives me everything I need, why can't I date somebody older? So with the blessings, like if it comes to the wedding,
well, I mean,
I
would,
agree
I
with
would
that.
say if there's a reasoning behind it, then I would understand. But
Yeah.
like, it has to be a reasonable reason.
Not just like an age. Like he's closer to my age than your age. Okay.
Yeah. Like it has to be like, like and I understand like gut feelings, like, and I respect those. Like if like this guy is giving you a creep off vibe, or just like, then I would understand reasonably. But you have to look for like, actual evidence that like, oh, I found something that like this guy's actually being reasons why you shouldn't marry him.
Right.
Like, and again, that's because I would be a protective father on all my kids. Just like what I would want for them to not marry some, like, because I remember just hearing a story about like this dude that like when was it was like another like sort of Reddit forum, like when was a moment like somebody snapped, like the quiet person snapped, and like this guy that loved this girl, and he was the brother, like they were siblings, and he just watched them, and it's like, but the girl didn't love him. He kept giving her everything, and then like even give her a ring. It's like, oh, this shit ain't anything. And he was like, then he had to give her a $20,000 ring, and when he gave her a $20,000 ring, she just like, so during the wedding, like he's professing his love and all this stuff, and then at the end of it, like she just grabbed this giant piece of cake and didn't give anything for him. Weird little thing, but at that moment in time, he just fucking snapped. It just really hit him. And then he just grabbed the cake, smeared it on her, and just told her, I'm going to send you divorce papers. And then just fucking left. Which is wild. At your wedding? At your fucking wedding, you go off? I mean, good for him, but damn, that sucks that you had to learn a lesson that way. That shit is crazy to me. But that's why I look at weddings and I look at marriages. I'm
not gonna have a big wedding.
Yeah, I look at it very carefully, like as far as like intentions, and that's why like my family is very non-toxic. As I feel them, they've raised me. Yeah, and it's a wonderful thing. Like obviously, like there's negatives.
No
but,
family's perfect.
Yeah, but like they never steered me wrong in any way. They've always helped me out in every case that I've been through. And that's why if they told me and they like saw somebody I'm dating and they were like, yo, let's be careful about that. Like please, like really check on that and just wait it out. I would listen to them. Yeah. That's why I have such a high respect for my family. Like you're entering my family. Right. Like if you want to, you become part of us. It's not like for me, it's not like, oh shit, like,
given. It's not given.
Like,
you have to earn that. Yeah. I respect that same for my family too.
So that's where I'm very careful about. But guys, thank you for joining us for P&D. I know Poe's got to go. She's got to go watch the Rangers. And Vic's got to go do something. I don't care. But so there we go.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah. So, and Halloween special, right? Yeah. So make sure to follow, like, and get ready for this. You don't know what's about to happen. But it's going to be nice. Excited. Vic, I don't think you got your costume yet, so you bummed.
Mine just got delivered yesterday. I'm ready.
Mine's coming today. So.
I'm going today to Spirit.
Yeah, okay. If you see Vic with no costume, you know why.
What are you talking about?
Scum over there. All right. Love
See
you
guys later.
Okay, peace.
Bye.